Okay. Do apologize for the typing. How y'all doing? LRock617 here. Hope you're all having a good Do the Mario weekend. So I was able to get in one game for this event. This you see before you is Big Kong. Probably looks really familiar to a lot of you. This is a Donkey Kong arcade bootleg that was released, I think, the same year. I believe it came out in 1981, along with another bootleg called Crazy Kong, and I think they functionally play the same, although they just have different color palettes. This game is pretty cursed. It has primarily the same gameplay as what Donkey Kong has. It's just significantly harder and a lot more random. But how do I put this? This game has had quite a few changes in my resume over the past couple weeks. So I originally cleared this last month, only getting one loop. Loop 2 is really hard. Like, everything speeds up and I just haven't properly learned it. So today we're trying to clear one loop, and when I first learned it, I only learned how to do it the hard way, which means that, as you can see there on stage 2 with those ladders, when you climb up ladders in this game, you can't climb ladders unless it's from the base or from the top. So you can't, like, you know, pull a Mega Man or pull an SMB2 and jump onto a vine and climb it that way. Like, that's just not an option. So the big downside of that is, if you're climbing a ladder and a barrel is coming down that ladder on you, you're just eating it. Like, you're taking a death. It's really gross. That's been the case of a lot of times that I was losing this run. So how I submitted this was for a 15-minute estimate and just making as many attempts as I could at the one loop 1cc just to get RNG to cooperate. However, this past week, thanks to another arcade grinder by the name of Another Noman, props to that person, they introduced me to the fact that stage 2, which you see before you and is the hardest stage in the loop, has a major skip. It's pixel perfect, but it skips the entire stage. So we're hoping to get that quickly. I have 3 chances at it, and I'm going to probably allow myself maybe 1 or 2 resets as long as within the 10-minute estimate. And the reason the estimate was lower is because the skip was found, and we just don't need as much time. So we'll go ahead and pop our credit in here. Starts off as you would expect it to. Also no music in this game, which is unfortunate. So stage 1's actually really different from what we're used to. These conveyor belts. Let's see here. This stage can actually be pretty mean just because of this fry guy, and I forgot which button is the jump button. Classic. What's weird is I practiced this before and I still forgot that. Good RNG, I hope. Okay, so can only climb and get there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's stage 1. Stage 2, we're gonna climb up to the 2nd floor. Hope to get the skip. Climb, nudge, nudge, jump. Missed it. The downside of missing the skip is you do take a death, so it's high risk, high reward, but, you know, rewards are rewards for a reason. So we'll try it again. Nudge, nudge. Okay. So that's a credit. I failed it. We'll try again. I'm not restarting the timer either. I'm giving myself 10 minutes just to do as well as I can. It's a pretty tough skip. You have to just nudge right twice just off the ladder, and then hope you get that jump to the right. It may not be pixel perfect, but it's very, very tight. It might be like a 2 or 3 pixel window. That's very mean. Yeah, that was very bad RNG. These are the things this game does. Ideally, I do not want to have to try to fight to that from the right side, and yeah, this guy's being worse. I can't climb up there. He has so many different ways to control me. Yep, that's one of them, and I missed the jump. At least y'all are getting a good exhibition of just how mean this game is. It's cursed for a reason. Climb. Yeah, getting the conveyor belt to the ladder is kind of hard. So because of those 2 deaths, I'm only going to have 1 attempt at this skip, so let's hope for the best. There. There we go. Just skips right past the level. Really useful. But we still have 2 other stages to complete, so we're gonna go for it. This is gonna look familiar. We got the springs. No real fancy stuff you can do here. You just have to wait out everything like you always would. Let this spring pass. Fall here, jump again. And once I get to the top floor, I've got visual cues for how to avoid these. Rise the ladder. Alright, there we go. Getting this far also got me an extend, so that's useful. On the last stage, it's only a 4-stage loop. That was unfortunate, I missed the ladder. I try to get up there as quickly as I can. This is a classic, well-known piece of gameplay. Just have to get rid of all these rivets in the floor. Cause the column to fall to his demise. The Fry Guys do make it really hard, though. They're not here to make my life easy. It's also a shame we don't get the cool hammer music. Guard here. Let the hammer run out. I don't try to utilize the hammer if I can help it, but when they collectively group like that, you kind of just have to work with what you're given. Alright, this is unfortunate. They're spacing out to the 2 ladders. Ooh, they know what I want. Okay. Hopefully this can work. Okay, got the jump. Very good. That was very fortunate I got that jump. He could have doubled back and got me. Click. We also get a cursed sprite of Kong flipping upside down, and somehow his head turned 180 degrees. Pretty, it's pretty special. I'll go ahead and spend my last few lives on loop 2, just to show how much more difficult it is. The conveyor belts move so much faster, and it's a lot more difficult. You also get 2 Fry Guys at the top instead of 1. That's probably the worst RNG you can get. They just dominate both sides. Over this way. The furthest I've gotten in loop 2 is stage 3, and stage 3, that was very aggressive. Am I just dead here? I might just be dead. Okay. No. Pretty close. Okay, actually I can get to stage 2. The upside of stage 2 is the skip still works, so I'm gonna go for it again, but this will be my last life if I miss it. Up goes. First try, there we go. And then I've never beaten this stage, so we'll just do what we can. If we get there, great, it's good content. If not, oh well. Yeah, if you jump too far, it just kills you. So I haven't quite determined what the depth is or where you have to jump to be able to make that. So it's what it is. We did our best, and we got the 1 loop even though it took 2 tries. So not unhappy about that. Yeah, this Big Kong, it's a Kuso bootleg for sure. Glad y'all got to see the skip. It's pretty fun, and even if you just like do save state stuff on it, it's still like really fun to just practice. Like it's a pixel perfect strat ish, and I don't know if you ever want to like learn just generic speed strats, this isn't a bad place to be. So appreciate y'all hanging out. We've got a couple games from the legendary Sharif coming up, so stick around.